If you speak to your clients on a regular basis, or you're on a sales team and speak to potential customers during the week, and you're not gaining valuable insights and data from these calls, then you're missing out. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 different workflows that you can build in order to gain key insights to help grow your company. Hi, my name is Tara. I'm the co-founder of One Thing Simpler. Over the last number of years, I've helped hundreds of growing companies turn their messy tech stacks into connected systems using automation and AI to do the heavy lifting. This channel is where I break down what's working and how to implement it for your business. And of course, if you need help on the implementation side, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. Before we jump into the 4 different workflows, I just want to make sure that you've set up your tech stack correctly. Now, if you're on Zoom calls, team calls, it doesn't even matter what platform you're using, but whatever platform you're using to speak to your clients, obviously you need to make sure that all of these calls are being recorded. Now, you can take those recordings and connect them to your AI tool. I usually use Claude and I use Fathom to record my calls. So Fathom actually has a connection directly to Claude. It's called an MCP, and I've simply connected the 2 different tools. So what that means is that I can type into Claude, "Hey, tell me about my call with Jim. What are my next steps?" And Claude will actually review the transcript of my call and then tell me the next steps of my call. So before I share with you the 4 workflows and prompts, you need to make sure that whatever recording tool you're using for these calls is actually connected to your AI tool. The first workflow that I want to speak about is a sales call. Now, normally when you have a sales call, there's some kind of follow-up afterwards. Sometimes you need to send out a proposal, and sometimes you need to send out a follow-up email and build a plan for what your next steps are. So you can use a simple prompt like this. Create a follow-up email, summarize objections, and outline next steps based on this call. If you need to send out a proposal, your prompt can look something like this. Create a follow-up email, write out a proposal for me, and outline the next steps based on this call. These are 2 different prompts that you can use for your sales process. Now, I want to take it to the next level and tell you something that I built out for my sales process. So after most calls, I actually do send out a proposal. So what I do is after the call, I will go to Claude and I'll say, "Hey, Claude, can you please create a proposal for this person that I just had a call with?" Claude knows the different kinds of proposals that I have, so it automatically picks up which kind of proposal. It creates the proposal text, it creates a follow-up email, and then it creates all of my sequence emails. I have a whole sequence of emails that goes out to this potential client, and Claude creates all of those emails. It puts it in a file for me that I call my sales playbook, named by the name of the client. And as soon as I need to send up the next email for this client, Claude pulls that file and creates a draft within my email. So not only am I doing the first step of this process, figuring out the plan, creating the first email, and creating maybe the proposal, but I've gone through and set up the entire email sequence. The second workflow that you can set up is to detect shifts and changes in trends within your customers. So you can use a prompt like this. What changed in customer conversation this month compared to last month? Obviously, if you want to change the time period, you can simply change the prompt to reflect the time period that you want to look at. The third workflow that you can set up is regarding customer feedback. You can write a prompt something like this. Compare my client's feedback over the last month versus the prior month. What are the most common complaints? List the top 3 of each month. This will allow you to compare if the things that customers are complaining about or not happy about, if you've solved those issues or there's still issues that you need to work on. This is just going to help you build a better product or have a better service for your clients. The last workflow is that weekly you can ask for a customer intelligence report. The prompt would look something like this. Every Friday, summarize this week's customer calls, highlight the biggest wins, risks, emerging patterns, and anything that needs leadership attention. Having a report like this is unbelievably valuable because you understand what's going on in your business and maybe where potential problems are starting, so that way you can fix them before they turn into huge problems for your business. Using any one of these 4 workflows should help make something in your business work better. Let me know in the comments below which one of these workflows is the most helpful for you. Personally, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't implement all 4 of them. Obviously, the more data and the more insights that you have into what your customers are thinking is how you can make your business better. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.